Yo. Yo. I should actually... I need to update this gallery. I mean, all in all, Dark Fantasy series is fun to do, but that's not all I do. So I should have like 2 slideshows maybe. One best of and one Dark Fantasy slider. Hey Sir Loudon, Amir, how's it going? Zialin, what's up? Any topic suggestions? Let's get the ball rolling already. Might as well, right? Right. Hey Captain Pose, how's it going? I find it interesting how this Dark Fantasy slideshow just changes size and depth. I mean, you could force it and kind of crop it, but not sure. But I like that idea I had yesterday about what if maybe we can use some sort of random topic generator. But I kind of like the like interaction. Hey Fightman, how's it going? We got 2 topics so far: the Dark Trickster and Cloth Lich. And that's a bit interesting. It's gonna be a good one, I think. Oh, and I also streamed extra a little bit yesterday lunch. Painted on that old witch I painted on earlier. It is, I think, it is a little bit annoying to paint on that one because it is what's it called? It has so many lines in it. I'll show you. This one I painted on my lunch, and it has all these little lines across. It just makes it a pain in the ass to paint. But I painted on it a little bit on my lunch, tried to organize the values and kind of push it forward, but it still has lots to do, you know. Captain Boss, really? That's strange. It shouldn't do that. I'm getting no warnings about it. I don't know why it does that. Alright, so we got topic: the Dark Trickster, Cloth Lich, Grand Illusionist. We got 3 topics. So 3 topics means split in 3. Number 1. Interesting. Number 1 being the Dark Trickster by Warmup Levy. Oh, how interesting. Dark Trickster. Congrats, Warmup Levy. Oh yeah. Now the question is, who is the Dark Trickster? Hey Spud MD, Medical Doctor Spud. How's it going? saved any lives lately, Spud MD? All right. I forgot to start the timer program. Okay. The Dark Trickster. Dark Trickster. That sounds like a sneaky person. Either a sneaky person, like a devil sort of thing. How about we try to make it a little bit different, like a female devil. Sitting on a post. Bedpost? Goalpost. Road post. Fight milk. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. What I saw was like this, right? Like someone sitting like on a post, like main weight on the post like that, and then a supporting leg like that. Them trying to like engaged in somewhat a casual conversation, trying to trick you. Casey mod. I'm not familiar with Native American legends enough to pull something out of my hat. If I would need to, I would need to research it and know what it is. You know, currently I only know Wendigo. That's because a client asked for it and I had no idea what it was, so I had to do research. That's the only Native American like folklore stuff I know, and I don't want to like put a feather in the hat or a feather in the headband, you know, and call it Native American. That's just poor research, you know. Fight milk, gamer girl bathwater, dude. That is one of the craziest things I read. I'll use the Casey mod. I'll use the foxtail stuff. It's a cool addition, and it works on the composition. Like it's sitting on that post, trying to convince you. Hey, Dame Deviant, how's it going? For those who don't know what Fight Milk is talking about, it was one of the craziest things I read, and that's a gamer girl, boob streamer, if you may, who took a bath, right? Well, supposedly, who knows if she even took a bath in the water, right? And then she sold. I think Dame Deviant's wonderful chair gave us an emote. I got a pop-up for that at least. Not really sure what that emote is or where to find it, but something came up. Thank you very much, Dame Deviant. Ides of March, not really a gamer, right? She's just a modern day what's it called? Page 2, page 3 in England. Centerfold. I'm not really sure how it works either. I will have to Google it afterwards. Cheer emote. Unlock emote or something. Who knows? Anyway, so she took a bath in this water and then bottled the water and sold it. And it's selling like, I don't know, water in a desert. Or whatever thing that people really, really, really need and wants to buy. And it's a ridiculous amount of money. And it's and I wouldn't be surprised if she made 100,000 on it. $100,000 on fucking bathwater. Which, okay, so let's break that down a bit, right? Congratulations to her that she has found an audience that wants to buy her bathwater for 15,000 a bottle. Congratulations. I mean, if someone would say, I give you 15K for your bathwater, I would be like, I would already be in the bathtub, right? Let's be honest here. If someone wanted to buy my bathwater, I would already be in it. So we can't really blame her, right? It's not her fault that people want to buy her bathwater. Ides of March. Yeah, right. Hey, Slumpen boys, how's it going? Zealin, yeah. You get beard +1, and then art skills increase. But, I mean, no, yeah, of course. I mean, but like, I could ask you, do you want to buy my bathwater? And none of you would want to, right? Especially for 15K. So whatever reasoning she has is arbitrary because people want to buy it, right? I would sell my bathwater if someone wanted to buy it for 15,000. But what's sad with it? Ides of March, really? No, but what is sad though, that there are people who want to buy her bathwater, and that it's done on stream, and that people have that much money to spend on a bullshit thing, and the world looks the way it does. That's the sad part. I'm not blaming her. She has all the rights in the world to do it, you know? It's not her fault people are idiots. She's just being smart, right? And using the fact that there are thirsty people in the world, right, who wants a drink. Fight book, yeah, exactly. On live streaming it. But it it's unheard of. Let's put it like that. It's unheard of in my life that someone is not just someone, that there is a huge amount of people interested in buying that water that she had a bath in. I just don't get it. It confuses me. Ides of March, if the price of the water will go up or down. No, yeah. And Amir, yeah, this spinning diamond app as well. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is. People with money don't care, right? When they have a like FU amount of money, right? Where they just, what should I do? I bought everything I want to buy. You know, like the creator of Minecraft, he has what, like $40 billion. He bought a mass like JC's home, and he bought a car. And then what? You know, he has insane amount of money. Amount of money he can never spend, right? And when I ran my Kickstarter for my indie game, we put a rich person tier, which was 5,000, and you would be put in the game with your name and so on. And guess who bought it? Minecraft guy, he bought it. He had 5,000. What's 5,000 for his $40 billion? It's nothing. So, what's a $1,000 app for someone who have 2 billion? It's nothing, you know. So in that sense, I get it that people don't care about the money, but the idea of buying her bathwater, and if they have a few money, why should they bother about caring about what if the water costs $5 or 15,000? You know. Ides of March, yeah, absolutely, it's perverse. I'm not saying anything. I'm not defending them. I'm just kind of trying to reason. I mean, it is quite funky, you know, nasty to buy someone's old bathwater. And especially drinking someone's bathwater. No, thank you. Dame Deviant. Really? Oh, wow. That's crazy. Casey mod. Yeah. When you get that much of money, it's what matters, you know. Oh, I got a fine? Okay. Here, have some money. I need to pay this? Okay, I'll pay it. You know. This Notch, the creator of Minecraft, who sold Minecraft IP to Microsoft for 40 billion or whatever he sold it. Like, the amount of money he has is ridiculous. He's gonna have a hard time. He won't be able to spend it all unless he pays, you know, 40 billion for bathwater, for a single bottle of bathwater. Yeah, then you could spend it. But like normal spending, that amount of money you could never burn, you know. Fight milk. I'll show you. This one. Is the sound coming through? that game. That was my indie game I made together with a guy called Thomas Pazeka and 2 devs. Was an indie game. We ran a Kickstarter that wasn't successful, but we ended up making the game anyways. Just took a way longer, and was unfunded, but we sold pretty okay. It ran into some upgrade Unity engine issues, and we ended up canceling the project. We had episode 2 episode 2 finished, and we were working on episode 3, and we were just about to release episode 2, which was like 6 more maps, all new characters, all new enemies, etc., etc. And then the Unity engine updated their engine to like 2.0 or something. And what that happened was that we then needed to recode the game that was already out, and then update the patch that we had released, and then update the whole season 2, and then update the work we had done on or episode 3, or in order to be on square one again, because of the engine change. They fundamentally changed the structure of the engine that we used. So we had to update everything we had done, because the changes to the code base was so dramatic that in order for our game to work, we had to recode everything. So we decided to not touch anything, because it would have taken like 6 to 8 months of reprogramming to get to where we were, so we could proceed forward. And that would be like a half a year, 8 months of no progress on the game, versus sales, versus not having any funding. So in the end, we decided like, screw this. But this game, The Other Brothers, you can buy on iOS. Episode 1 is there. Just there's not going to be an update for it. But I'd say we sold like 50,000 copies. Fight Milk, no, you can't. If you want to use the engine, they hard upgraded the engine with with features and so on, so that in order for you to use the code base that they have, all the networking and all the features they had, was the new engine, and you couldn't be locked out of it because of the nature of the engine. And the engine runs on, the infrastructure would be have online features. So all those online features would be offline, because we would run an old engine, and people would need to downgrade to be able to run the engine. Impossible. Fight Milk. Well, this was very unfortunate for us. We didn't know that they would release the 2.0, and I don't think. I mean, this was in 2012, maybe, and now with the update to the 2.0 that many years ago, you don't have that issue anymore. They've redesigned the infrastructure of the engine, so you won't have that issue. So you won't need to reprogram your whole game if they update the engine. So that was the whole kind of reasoning behind them pushing that engine out, or that version of the engine rather. So nowadays you won't have that issue. But nevertheless, we had to experience it. But like I said, we sold pretty okay, 50,000 copies approximately. We were on the front page of all big markets on the App Store. We were on all major gaming websites. We were doing interviews, podcasts, all these things. Pretty good for more or less a two-man team. And I think episode 2 and 3 would have sold really well because we were getting warm in our clothes, we were making better and better levels, we were making better and better story, and episode 2 would have been great in that term. It would have been a very like story driven episode, and it was finished. We were just waiting to release it, but then the engine updated and we lost it all. But the game is pretty good. I would say for a first completely indie published game, side-scrolling platformer done of more or less 2 guys. It's a pretty good game. A fight note, yeah, but no, I don't think they have that issue anymore. I haven't used Unity though in that since then, so I'm not sure about if that is a reoccurring problem or not. But it sounds quite counterproductive if that's the case, if they haven't fixed that problem of being able to update the engine without all their clients pulling their hair out, you know. Fight note, yeah, absolutely. It's a shame. It's a really big shame. The game was really fun to work on. We were really getting used to making the game episode 2 and 3. It's just a shame we never got to release it. But it was very interesting. We were like nominated for like best game and stuff like that. Best in the game. Which makes me want to go back to indie game market. When you have somewhat of a success completely on your own merits, you know, you get kind of hungry. Ides of March. It was me and a friend's indie game called this. Spud. I wouldn't say indie over a AAA. I think AAA is way more fun because it's at a grander scale. You have hundreds of people working on a game that you create stuff for. But it depends on like what you really love doing, right? If you want to be experimental and do weird stuff with a game, you are the only one responsible for it, right? But if you're AAA, you have a budget of a couple of $100 million. You're responsible for 400 people working on the project, for the future of the company, all these things, right? So you can't really experiment. You can't really be bold. You can't really, for shits and giggle, you know, change it up if you want to. But as an indie developer, you can, because there's no massive risk. Yeah, your game might tank, but the cost of making an indie game is significantly lower than a AAA game. That's why it's called AAA. It's budget size, right? Scope, marketing size, and so on. So I enjoy the grand scale of a project. Let's say Horizon Zero Dawn. I loved being a part of it, and I loved seeing what they did with the project and see how huge it is and how many people's lives were changed, blah blah blah, and all these things, right? And you wouldn't have that same grand impact with an indie game unless you're extremely lucky. Like Minecraft was a indie game, but indie games require more of you, and it's way more heart in it. because it's your baby, right? And you make the decisions. You cry blood. But it's also a possibility to create something unique that hasn't been seen before, and which is more pure source from the creator rather than a board of opinions agreeing on the most efficient and hype end product, mass market end product. So it's a little bit of what you prefer. Personally, I love the being involved in such a large scale project like AAA games. I find it way more entertaining to work on, because some other really skilled artist or a team of 20 artists or whatever, they will take it and make it and polish it. And you can be a specialist in a small corner indie game. You gotta be know a lot of things that you have to do, and not just one thing, But it's still fun. Still fun to make your own game. I would recommend it if anyone is interested in working with games, to make your own game. I've got a couple of my own game ideas brewing. Like, I want to get back to indie games, I think, a little bit as a hobby. But I'm far too busy as it is. Fight milk, yeah, absolutely. I would recommend you do it. You should try it if you're interested in it. I mean, there are a lot of people looking for talented artists to collaborate with. Just go to these engine forums, like Unity forums or Unreal forums and things like that, and post, oh, I want to make a platformer. Here's my idea or whatever. Is anyone interested? And usually there's a lot of people interested in making games. So you will most likely find someone who's interested. You can probably find a like-minded person. Slimpin' Boys, the games behind me? Yeah, but this, the wall is incomplete. I want to upgrade the wall, and some of them are fallen off and stuff. But I worked on over 60 games, so this is just like 12. So my idea is I wanted to cover the whole wall with all the games I worked on. But yes, the games on the wall behind me are games I worked on. It's my wall of fame, but there's a lot of games that I haven't put up there, but I want to. The idea was I wanted to have like one more game like checkbox, That was the idea behind it, but I've run out of time. But I want to. I want to finish decorating the wall. All right, that was that. Was a fun topic. I drew very slow today. Also did a lot of reading, a lot of talking and watching websites. So it wasn't really like insane amount of progress done on the drawing. But I liked the drawing. I think it's one of those that I kind of like, that I'm considering I should finish it. It kind of has a nice movement to it. Anyways, let's find someone to raid. Oh, Evan is online. What is he doing? He's doing studies and answering questions. Let's raid Evan. So as per usual, thank you very much for joining in. I hope you have a great day or a good night if you're that part of the world. See you guys tomorrow for another warm-up. It's gonna be fun. It looks like I might be streaming all day tomorrow. We'll see. I need to double check because we're kind of busy, not busy. But yeah, I might be streaming all day tomorrow. We'll see. Anyways, have a good one. Let's do outro and then raid.